Hello friends, welcome to a first on my channel. To my seasoned friends, you've never seen me do this. If you're a new friend, hey, you didn't know, you're here for a first time. You're at Spicy Cat Colors and I am doing a coloring book Destash. I didn't think I would ever do one of these, and I have Destash books before, but this is such a giant pile. I thought it would be interesting to go through, and please know I don't think any of these were gifts. Some I had won, and if one of my recent haul videos, I talked about how it's really nobody's business how you spend your money or how other people spend theirs, including if they want to send a gift to someone. But when it is your property, whether it was gifted to you or you purchased it yourself, it's your choice what to do with it. So I have been actively part of ColorTube for over 2 years now. And to be fair, my coloring style has changed. And I have this terrible problem when I fall into a hobby. I fall in head first and I go a little crazy. And I don't take the time to truly understand what I like, what I don't like. I just start going crazy and buy it all. So most of these books are uncolored in and were purchased in my first probably 6 months of coloring. Some were gifted to me where one of the ladies, her mother passed away and had done coloring, so she gifted them to me, and I did keep some of them, and some of them I'm passing on. So please do not comment anything about if you would like any of these books. They are already either spoken for or have a place to go. So I'm not doing this, I'm not trying to sell them. I'm not going to gift them to anybody else. The ones that I've wanted to gift out have been gifted out, and these are just ones I'm ready to part with. Now, I do suggest, and other people have done it, I have a coloring friend that actually she and I have done several coloring book swaps. So that is one way, if you are looking to destash, is a fun way to coordinate with a friend. Just send them a picture and say, are you interested in any of these? And they probably say if they want them or they don't. Never feel pressured to take something you don't want. And then they may have books they want to swap with you. And that's worked quite well. Other places I have found to donate these books. Check first though. Nobody wants to have this box of stuff shown up they can't utilize. But if you have a assisted care or nursing home type facility nearby, check with their activities people. There may be a use for some of them there. Check with, we have a adult developmental. I always say the name wrong, but basically it is a place where people with certain disability, adult needs type of thing will go, special needs, and they spend time there and they do arts and crafts types projects as well as other things. So that is a place that may welcome some of these. If not for the clients or the residents at these two suggestions, even the staff sometimes just need something in their break room to give them something to do and have a creative outlet. And another outlet that I found is check with your local schools, both elementary, high school, and daycares. You may think high schools, but I have been in contact. Actually, most of these are going to the art teacher at my local school, because she has a closet of various art projects that she allows her students, if they have time, to dive in and play with. And as well as she says there are other teachers at various grades that may have a use for them. So, but again, check with them first, because there are some things they may not want. And certainly, depending where you're donating, make sure it's appropriate. Obviously, there are some adult-themed type coloring books with swear words or adult type subject matter. Definitely, those don't need to go to the daycare, but just ask around or look around and you will find people. So that's kind of where I suggest some spots I have found that have been very receptive. Also, a lot of places have the free libraries kind of randomly there. You may have seen them outside of stores or in residential areas. It looks like a little tiny mailbox where you can drop things off. And of course, always your thrift store, that type of place will take them as well. So That's where I suggest looking. And now there is no rhyme or reason, to be honest. This is just a giant stack and we're just going through it. So this is an example of a book that I purchased when I discovered Book Outlet, and it was really cheap and I thought it was really cool. And the thing with Book Outlet, you don't get to see a flip through. So this is nice. I have no idea who this artist is, but it's just nothing I'm going to color. So I'm not going to keep it anymore. But it would be perfect, like for my art teacher friend, because some of them have the examples and someone could try and copy it. Again, I'm just going to go through why I'm not keeping it anymore. But yeah, brand new, never colored in. I have several of these. So if you're a seasoned friend, you have seen me do the flip throughs of these mystery color magazines. I no longer subscribe, but they still keep showing up. And when I first started, I really liked them. Now I think it needs to be called Nature Mystery Colors because almost all of these are a lot of nature themed. You're going to see some examples at the back. And I have other color by numbers that I like better. I've even done a few in some of these. I did this one, which I feel bad. It was a buddy color. And I may tear this out. I don't know yet. And keep some of them. But for the most part, I know I'm not gonna color these anymore. And because so many of them, I like some nature type pages, but these are a lot of blues and greens, and scenery is just not my thing. So this one is going. This one, Mystery Colors American Wildlife, is going. Now I had thought about, because there are some pages like seasoned friends, I'm a monarch butterfly fiend fanatic, or a cat, and even the skunk is cute. Now I'm looking at this, maybe I want to keep it. The otter's so cute. But I have a couple of the mystery color actual books of animals and baby animals, so I am willing to pass that on. And I'm running out of room because, well, I don't want to add more storage type, and I want to work with what I have. So that's part of, when I looked at the number of books that I acquired in 2022, I'm like, no, you need to downsize, and they're just not being appreciated. So this one is kind of fun because it's colorful. They're very colorful animals, but I have other animal color by number books. So Amazing Animals, passing on. And if you see what I mean by these themes have been very much outdoorsy nature. Again, they come out 4 times a year, I think. So they're quarterly, but they're just so repetitive to me. And they're very teeny tiny spaces in this. Again, the artists have changed that are doing this from when I first bought them. So the mystery colors are just not my thing anymore. Here's one that I actually received from Sun Life Drawing. And there's nothing against this. I had done a review, and then they randomly chose people to get a copy of the book. So I have this book as a PDF, which I am happy with to color, and it's just really not my vibe. Now, I have seen someone that did a completed book coloring of this, and it's amazing. But it's just, something I'm happy to keep the PDF. I don't need the physical book. There's a few Creative Havens I'm getting rid of. So Creative Haven, I have done a video before of all of my Creative Haven books. So that will obviously change again. But this is one. Mingju Sun is definitely a very talented artist, but it is not, flower fashions are not my thing to color. They're fun, and they think they would be really fun with fine liners or pencils, but holy smokes, look at the detail on some of these. And I'm just not drawn to it. So while the images are beautiful, they're just not my style. And I'm sure I will kick myself at some point and end up like repurchasing books that I've destashed, but it's okay. Now here you're going to really be surprised. Kathy, those are cat books. Yes, I do enjoy Marjorie Sarnett, and I am a sucker for a cat book. However, these are very much Zendoodle-y detailed styled, and while they are adorably stinking cute images, look how adorable that one is, I am just not, I'm not drawn. If I want to color cats, I have many other books, And this level of detail is just not my thing. Now, again, we say it all the time. You certainly do not have to color every little single piece. You could just do a solid color. Again, but I have enough other books that are very similar. So Creative Kittens is getting a new home, as well as Creative Cats. Both of these were Marjorie Sarnett and very similar. I mean, I couldn't really tell the difference between the kitten and the cat, but just, yeah, a little too busy for my style. So all, again, uncolored in. So going into, I know there's some more of these, the actual Zen Doodle line. So here is A Mother's Love. And this one, pretty sure I got this at Book Outlet. Pretty much everything I buy is not very expensive because that's my problem. I buy things when they're a good deal. And this is, again, it's a single-sided. They're perforated. It's in the Zen Doodle style. And while I have a couple other books that I color in that are when I'm missing my mom, this is not one I have reached for, and I have had it for quite some while. So it needs to find a new home. Here is one, again, a Book Outlet one. This Wonders of Creation. Forget who the... Oh, nope. This, I was trying to think there's a... Oh, some of these I have kept. So this one, I'm pretty much decided it's nature-y type stuff. And it's, again, the Zen Doodle. That is just not my style of coloring. They're very nice, thick line art. Could do a lot of fun things. Here is one I did color. It was a buddy color. So this one I know I'm going to keep because this means something to me. But yeah, I'm just going to let it go to somebody else. Here is a fun one, and I did color in this one. It is Colorful Cats and Snacks. It is a Crayola book. It came with stickers, and the pages were double-sided, and it's adorable. But again, even using water-based markers, I had issues with bleed through, so I'm just not going to keep it. And then I would use alcohol markers if I didn't really care about the other side. But yeah, overall, I just thought, no, I'd rather give this to like a school where they can use it and enjoy it and maybe do the activity things. So again, I have 100, well, I don't have 101. I maybe will do a cat video someday of my cat coloring books. So here is Sugar Skulls, another Crayola book, Art with Edge. And I don't think I've colored in it. Again, this is very nice black line art. I do like Dia de los Muertos, and that's why I bought this. But there's other books I love that I would prefer to color in. So this one gets passed on. Also a perforated one. Speaking of, here is another one. Do you see what I mean? And I like find something and then I like go a little crazy. So it's like, okay, I don't need every Day of the Dead coloring book. So this one, I know I colored a page in it. So I did it for my anniversary, or maybe not. This was, I think this was like one of the very first pages I ever colored. And I was just trying a bunch of different medias. And you can tell it's a lot of colors, but it was still fun. And yeah, just another cute book. I just do not need all of the books. Now this one I know was gifted to me by my friend, my coworker, who it was one of her mother's books. And this is like a hardcover. She got it at Hobby Lobby. Relax with Coloring 100 Glittering Mandalas. And whoops, totally bumped you because this is a giant book. It is nice. It has some things colored in. They have them sorted out, but it's single-sided. It's a nice thick paper. And I very much do enjoy mandalas, but I have other books I enjoy better. And I don't know if you're supposed to use glitter pen because there's nothing, it's kind of more of a metallic, that colored part. Anyway, it's a beautiful book, but I am not going to color in it. Here's another one. pop art. Pretty sure, I know I picked this up. This is a Bendin book. I picked it up at Dollar General. It was on clearance and I like it. It's single-sided, but again, I have not reached for it. And yeah, let someone else enjoy it. This one is one of the first coloring books I bought on Amazon, Butterflies and Flowers. And I purchased it, I wrote it down right here, December 22nd, 2019. I paid $5.99 for it. Again, I have a thing for butterflies, so I started out buying all the butterfly books. This is just primarily Shutterstock images. It's a little Zendoodly. Definitely, I have other butterfly books I enjoy better. So that one's getting passed on. This one, I feel guilty a little bit. Shayna, if you're watching, I did win this from you. Thank you. I know you have reviewed for high coloring. And again, it's a nice book. It's a mandala book and it has text with it as well. I did color a page in here, but it's not one I reach for when I want to do mandalas. So that is why this is the page I colored. That is why I am passing it on. And again, because I won it and it was from my friend Shayna, it's like, oh, but if I'm not coloring in it, I'm not going to keep it. Here is Coloring Cats and Dogs for Adults. Again, I can tell it's a Bendin book, Dollar General. And you'll notice it's the Zendoodly stuff I'm getting rid of. I have like a Color It Cats book that has a bit of some Zendoodly, and I just really like that book, the quality of the paper and all of that. So pass this one on. Okay, seriously, maybe halfway through. I have a lot. Here's one I bought from Dover, and look, it's butterflies. And I thought I would do this. I do have like a miniature version, and this is all on vellum. So it's fun, but I haven't done it. And the whole thing, you're supposed to like color it and then you can put it in the window and it looks like stained glass. And I may someday color them, but I'm not. And it was not very expensive. So that one is gone. Another book outlet, Sweet Kaleidoscope Sweet Scents. This came with a set of markers. Was it these ones? It was something like this, but they had a scent. Nope, I don't have any here. So I've used the markers. They're a water-based marker. And it's cute, cute images. Kind of doodly, kawaii style. There, I did one. I colored it. I used some gel stick in the back, water-based. But again, I have other books that I like better. So, and the thing is, when you donate or do like a swap, I think it's fun if you do a swap and there's a page somebody else had colored in it. It just seems fun to me. So there's that. Here is another, I think this was from that coworker, and it's an inspirational, it's a little bit finer design. Like, whew, that definitely, those would just get solid colored if I kept it, but I'm not keeping it. So it's going on. And here's one, again, a blind buy from Book Outlet, Picto Mazes, Find 72 Hidden Animals. So it's kind of more of a puzzle book. It's a maze. And supposedly you go through the maze and then at the end it creates an animal. And when I sit down, I just want to color. This is like, there was a part of me I used to do like these gaming type things, and here they do show the example. So once you do the maze, you could color it in solid, but it's just nothing I want. But I'm pretty sure there's some high schoolers that would love to do this during their study hall. Okay. Oh, look, another Day of the Dead. This is a Bendin book. May have been a Dollar Tree book. Again, nothing wrong with it. Just nothing I am coloring in. And I have, again, books I have kept. So here's one. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but I bought two. I have the official Bob's Burgers coloring book. I know it was Book Outlet. And I think I've colored I know I colored a page in one of them. I maybe did more than one. So this is the uncolored book. And I do really enjoy Bob's Burgers, but this is kind of like that Cats and Snacks one, where it does have some stickers at the back. And then some of the things, they're like based on the different episodes. And then they've got like some artistic, like create your own burger type thing, which I'm not going to do those. I did do a buddy color in here, if I can find it. Here it was. This was a buddy color with Meg's Art Atrium. So we each just picked our favorite character, and I love Louise. So I did that one, and that might have been the only page I've colored. So while I still really do like the subject matter, I'm like, seriously, I have not colored in it except for that one page. And yeah, I would rather pass it on. Here's a big one. This was, again, gifted from my coworker that these had been her mother's. Let's see if I can not bump you. So this is very nice. It is a little bit sendoodly. I like that it's a hardcover and it's spiral bound. But once again, there are books I prefer better. Oh my gosh, that cat was just too much. Where did he go? You're one of a kind. Nobody can be a better you than you. That one does crack me up. But yeah, I haven't colored anything. This was colored by somebody else. So it's just, yeah, passing it on. Now I think I have some smaller type. Let's see. So this is one I was unsure. I really love this, but I haven't done anything in it. So there is a second version. This is Color Quest Wonderland Chelsea Geldine. And it is like, I do enjoy word finds as far as like puzzle games. So this is like a image find. And I know Danielle at Danny Buttons has done a couple of these pages. And they are fun. It's like they list the things you're supposed to find. But again, I have not colored it. So I'm passing it on. I gotta adjust, keep the smallest for the top. So this is one, again, Book Outlet, Kath Kidston, who does fabric, I believe. So these are the patterns on some of her fabrics. And it was a blind buy from Book Outlet. Have not colored in it. Don't think I ever will. So it is getting passed on. Now this one, I was kind of forcing myself, and I'm like, I'm not going to force myself to color this book because I do not like it. Jade Summer. I have nothing against Jade Summer. I do have several of their books I absolutely love. But I feel when they jumped into the color by number game, their first couple books need to be redone. So I picked up the color by number patterns. I do now have the color by number flowers, which I like. And I was doing these, and I do not like their color palettes. That is the fair thing. Now, granted, I could do whatever I want. I could change the color palette. So I started just, well, this will be a mindless color when I just need to put color on a page and I don't really care the end result. And then I thought, again, I have other books I actually enjoy when I'm in those type of modes. So why should I force myself and use up my supplies on a book I really don't care for? This was a buddy color. But the rest it's got quite a few colored in. But again, people can do whatever they want with it. And the images, I think, are gorgeous. I really do like these patterns. I just do not like the color palettes, to be fair. So I'm passing it on. And yes, that probably has over 10 pages colored in it. I'm fine with that. Okay, this was another one. This is like a Dollar Tree book that had been gifted to me from my coworker. And it's just nothing I'm going to color in. So that one's gone. I have a couple more puzzly type books that, again, I thought, oh, that's interesting. And nope, don't like them. So Blockbuster Paint Doku. It's kind of a game. and it's just too much thinking for me. I don't even know how to explain it. It does give you the answers, but no, it's not for me. But again, some young brain that would like to do this, it's almost like Sudoku. So it's like the number. So here, number 10, I think that means all 10 cells around here are solidly colored. That's how you kind of work it out, or I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm like, no, not for me, not at this time. And this is one I actually did color in. This is a Color by Pixel. Now I have several other Color by Pixel books from other artists and publishing companies that I enjoy. And this is just, it's small. They're small squares, which again, I have small squares. And what they did is they took the photograph. So they have photographs that I'm assuming digitally changed into these images. So, I mean, it's a nice variety, but I just prefer, I mean, you can tell that's a tiger, but when I see it side by side, it's just not for me. It was very hard to color match because they're pulling off of that photo. Let me find the ones I did. Here, I did this one as an X method, and I think I started from the beginning. I was doing this like in the car. So here, this was like a bigger pixel, so that was easier. And this, I couldn't even tell what it was after I was done. I had to go look and say, what the heck is that page? And it was these shoes. So I'm like, I can't even tell what this is. I mean, now that I know. But, so I tried to do some thinking, oh, this will be fun. And it's just not fun for me. So I will pass it on to somebody else. Again, I have other Pixel books I enjoy much more. Now this is one I went back and forth on. I've had this for over 2 years now, and I have done some pages. I tore the pages out that I wanted. This is a Halloween Archie and the Friends, and some of them are it's all different artists. I think some are based on comic book covers, and like this is like a manga style. It's more than one artist, and some were very pixelated. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to find one. This one, I think, was the first one I did. Like here, this one, it's like it was just a poor quality. So I'm just passing it on because it was fun, and some of them are fun, but there's so few pages that I actually would want to do that for me, it's not worth taking up the space in my house. Here are a couple. This one, the publisher actually sent to me, and I did a share flip through of this, and this is not my style. And in my video, I had said I have no problem, helping promote books or do reviews, but I will be honest. And this is one I knew I wasn't going to like their style, but they still sent me the books. So this is just basically actual photographs that have been turned to grayscale to be colored. So for somebody, they will enjoy this, but it's not something I want to color. And another thing I fell into, and I don't want to do them anymore, I have discovered, while I appreciate and think Lulu Mayo's artwork is adorable, it is not something I'm going to color. So I have kept the A Million Cats. That's the only one. So I have one Lulu Mayo in my collection, and that is all I want. Again, they're double-sided, which for me, I like to use alcohol markers and all that. This is one I used watercolor paints on. There's a buddy color, but I am passing on A Million Mermaids and A Million Dogs. Nothing colored in here, but again, it's like, oh, I have to get all the A Million books. And most of them I had passed on to friends, and these are the two that are left that are now going to a new home. Then I have some small books here. So this is Millie Murata. Again, I'm like, oh, I need to get that. She's well known, but her style, not for me. So this is like one of the mini books, but again, nothing I'm going to work on. Here was one of those I bought from Book Outlet. It is actually postcards, and it is from Fantastic Beasts, which I've enjoyed the movie, but I'm not such a fan. I really want to color on these. And this is a nice thick cardstock. So I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll try different techniques or different mediums. But I haven't. So I will pass it on, and hopefully somebody that really likes Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. These were gifted to me, again, from that coworker, so they're not all in here. And I just know I'm not going to color them. They're very pretty. You could just mail them out as postcards as is. They've got this gold foiling, but they are getting passed on. And I think I've only got 2 left, my friends. So these are both I had purchased in the past year. Again, I got these at Book Outlet. They are these mini pads, Sea of Flowers and Enchanted Mandalas. And I thought, oh, they'd be fun to keep like in my purse, my bag, my work bag. And they would work for that. But again, I have other books I would rather use for those purposes. So again, I'm passing them on. I do have a couple in here I had buddy colored. My buddy never finished their pages, but I just am passing it on. And I think, let me look. Okay, I was wrong. I had 2 more. And this was actually in my 10 books to touch for 2022, and I never did. And I still think it's pretty fun. It's alphabet. But I have another PDF of alphabet pages that I like better. So I ended up not coloring in this. So I'm going to pass it on. And the last one, again, like I said, most of these are Book Outlets. Colors of Faith. That is kind of similar. It's got a bunch of letters and words and seasons and months. And I know I colored some in here, if I can find them. Yeah, I did the apple pages, which I really like when they're done. But again, it's just nothing I'm really that drawn to. So there you go, friends. Holy moly. That has to have cleared like a whole shelf. So I keep my books stored in like plastic dorm crates, they used to be called, or milk crates. And this is at least a whole crate that is getting passed on, and it is going to be very much appreciated where it is going. So again, the books are already gone by the time you're viewing this, so I cannot pass them on to anyone else. They are gone. And I feel so much better having passed them on and knowing they are going to be appreciated. So I hope you are doing well. And yeah, I'm just curious if any of you, I see them pop up every now and then. Someone will do a destash and kind of like why I no longer want these books. I mean, you look at it and I'm like, oh, the amount of money I spent on them. Or again, at the time I thought they were perfect, and we change. Our coloring style changes. Again, 2 years from now, I may be thinking, gosh, where's that book that I had that I colored those apples in? I really want to color in that again. And I'll be like, oh, it's gone. So I will have it noted on my inventory to show that I used to have it. And if I end up repurchasing one of these books later, again, it's my money. How I want to spend it is how I spend it. So there's that. But I think you probably saw a theme of things I was destashing, very much Zendoodly, busy styled, double-sided page printing is just not my thing. Obviously a lot of sugar skulls, which again, I kept kind of like the cats and like the Creative Haven ones. I kept, and I still have other books that I do enjoy. So there's no need to keep them all, because seriously, I could not buy another book and I could be coloring for decades and not have it all colored. So there's that. But again, I know I already have spoken to the people that are receiving these and they are very excited, which makes me happy. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to box these up so I can get them out of my house. And yeah, I hope you are doing well and you enjoyed seeing what I was cleaning house with. And I'm just curious, have you done that? Please let me know if you destash and where you destash to. Do you just, do you donate? I don't believe in throwing them away because they're not trash, but do you donate them like to a charity or a thrift store? Do you have a place other than what the places I had listed that are some place to go? I used to like, when I used to do magazine subscriptions, and when I would finish reading them, I would pass those along, and I'd either leave them in like the work break room, or I would leave them in hospital or clinic waiting rooms, where people are always like looking for something. And I thought about maybe some of that with these, but I'm like, well, I don't have like markers or pencils or something I'm going to leave with it. So that's why I just thought, no, I don't want to randomly drop them somewhere where they're not going to be appreciated. So okay, friends, I'm going to let you go. My husband just got home, so I need to wrap this up. I hope you are doing well, and thank you for stopping by and checking out my Destash. Please remember, you are beautiful and amazing. You do not need to be destashed. And if you choose to destash yourself from someone's life that is not treating you properly, you need to do that because you deserve it. You are worthy of love and respect. And if someone is not giving that to you, destash them from your life. That's what you can do. You will be stronger and wiser, and it's what needs to happen for your well-being, because ultimately at the end of the day, you're the one that matters and you need to take care of yourself. Okay, friends, bye.